everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Better Call Saul, episode 3 of season 2, Amarillo. Michelle, Meredith, Alonso. I was just telling JR in our OJ recap that watching this and People vs. OJ Simpson at the same time is very revelatory because it's all about just where is the line of going too far to win a case.
For sure.
Because it's a very sort of blurry area. But I felt like this episode was more about even if Jimmy does something legal, he still has to break somebody's rules or he can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why he didn't just wait, but at the same time, I kind of feel like I'm the type of person who would accidentally make the mistake he made.
But the thing was,
on some level.
He didn't do it for himself. He did it for his girl. Like, he wanted to impress her. It was clearly motivated by love or emotion.
And to try not to break the rules in the other way by going on the buses. I thought he was really trying to be legit.
No, absolutely. But to me, it felt like, yes, he definitely wanted to impress Kim, but I think that it really came down to, I'm gonna do this by the rules. Even by lawyer standards, I'm still like coloring within the lines. I have to do something that isn't signed off on. So I'm gonna run this ad before getting approval. It's like how the Riddler can't commit a crime without leaving a stupid riddle somewhere. He can't not do the con.
It's a compulsion.
That's so true. Yeah, and why? Yeah, because it's not like it's time sensitive. If it didn't get out by this time,
sure, exactly.
That's a really good point. I didn't really think about it when it happened, but the second that phone call happened, I was just like, my stomach sank. I was like, damn, come on.
It is interesting to think about the compulsion that drives him. You know, at the end of the day, it's like the con, it's not just about the con, it's about what is this tick behind him. And I think that's something that Vince Gilligan does so well, is that when he creates these characters, is that he creates such complex and deep characters that there's always something that drives them. And I love that about him. Also, like, we saw Saul. We saw Saul in that court, in that bus scene. That was Saul. That wasn't Jimmy McGill. Yeah. That was like hints of like, now I see Saul, and made me really happy.
And just the idea of his first TV commercial is sort of that's definitely the kind of prequel origin story Muppet Baby thing here, where it's like, okay, you've had a taste of this, you're never going to give it up. You know?
Yeah. And I feel like the next episode's just gonna get crazy, right? I mean, there's no way it's not. They're going after the guy. He has to go. What's gonna happen with Mike?
We got the whole Mike thing. Now, I maybe got confused here. Is the thing that is Mike's daughter-in-law lying about the gunshots? Because he spent the night on the street and heard nothing, and then she's freaking out.
I think she is definitely lying. I don't know why.
Is she just angling to get a better house?
That's I can't tell.
Or is she nuts?
I think it's PTSD. I think she's really starting to suffer from the effects of losing her husband. I think she's. I just. Again, we don't know much about her from Breaking Bad. We know about Mike's relationship with the daughter. We assume that she's around because I don't remember if Mike took care exclusively of Kaylee. I think there was still a figure around. It's been a while since I watched Breaking Bad.
I can't. I'm sure they'll tell us in the comments. Exactly. I can't remember if she was like in a foster care or
but I'm fairly certain. I get the impression that there's some sort of like she wants out of this house. There's memories associated with it, obviously. But I think we're going to find out there's going to be a mental break there. I think Mike starts to suspect like she's crazy. So.
And that whole planting of wanting to move to another house, I was trying to figure out what that was. But if that's what it is.
Maybe Mike's just like, we're going to do this. But then if they move to another house, he can at least get a bigger house where he has a place to live with his family.
Sure, and can keep a closer eye on things. I love Shady Veterinarian.
I think that is the best.
Just of all the sort of like minor crime characters I've ever seen in a TV show, this guy's a working vet.
I know. And just how he goes from like taking care of the dog, I've got this job for you, and by the way, here you go.
Yeah, come back in 6 months for a heartworm pill.
It's so good. And then I'm excited to see what's going to happen though with the Mike storyline. It's I love Mike's character. He was one of my favorite characters from Breaking Bad. I'm so excited to see more of him in this and get more of his backstory. So, obviously things for both him and Jimmy are going to start spiraling out of control. And it could spiral out of control very quickly depending on how the rest of the season goes because it's hard to not stack this up and not watch it fall down really
Sure.
like a pile of dominoes. But knowing the writers behind this, they're going to probably take their time, because I don't know if this is going to be a season or a series that wraps up really quickly.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that there's enough of an audience, or that AMC is getting enough prestige out of it that they'll keep it going, even if the numbers aren't what they ought to be. But I mean, again, you're dealing with a show where we have some idea of the end point. Like, we know that at some point he becomes Saul Goodman. The idea is to keep us engaged with, how does he get there? What does he lose on the way? So that's, I think, the Kim subplot is so important, because obviously, I don't know, we assume that she's not around. Maybe she was the never seen Mrs. Goodman. I mean, we don't know. But they're obviously having to structure it in a way that the journey itself is interesting, and that we don't know all of the pieces of the puzzle as they come together.
Well, and if she's there, he's not with her now, which would be...
in witness protection, sure, right.
So.
And obviously the brother has something to do with it.
Yes, clearly.
And I would even love to go on and let me see a couple of seasons of Saul Goodman. I want to see, I know it's Better Call Saul, so we get to see Jimmy. I want to see Saul too.
Yeah.
We only know Saul in terms of the, of Breaking Bad Saul. I kind of want to see a little bit of how he got
there. I mean, they could end the show before Walter White, or even still have it going on. He had other cases, that too.
Okay, if Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul showed up at any point, give me a couple extra bitches and I'll be all right.
And just that opening shot of that on the corner of that mural with the Texas flag and stuff, that was
so good.
Cinematic television.
Yep.
All right, anything else?
I think so. I know.
Yeah,
I'm excited for next week. Everything's going to get crazy.
Amazing episode, amazing show. Join us next time. Thanks.